ONN has released their next lineup of tablets. Now, today we're checking out the ONN Surf 10.1 Kids tablet, and this one has 45 days of ABC Mouse for free, and then it's $12.99 a month until it's canceled. Kind of like as an incentive to buy this, I guess, to try it out. I am wondering if this actually comes free in general for like a month or whatever. But anyways, on the back we got some specs here. And I could be wrong, but I have to double check this. But does this have 1 gigabyte of RAM more than the previous one? Either way, if that's the case, more RAM is always better. But 3 does seem a little low, especially for the price point that we're coming into. Now, again, it is a kid's tablet, so some people say it can be forgiven. But I will say something on this in just a moment. The one other notable thing is that this offers 2-year warranty. I haven't seen that on the other tablets that they have here, or the lineup that they have currently. None of them mention this part. A 1280 by 800 LCD scratch-resistant touchscreen. On a 10.1 inch, you may or may not notice it being pixelated. I mean, a kid probably won't care or mind, depending on what age they are. And then 32 gigabytes of internal storage. In the box, we got the kid's tablet itself with the case on it. And then inside, got everything else here, along with the free trial, a SIM pin, or really the micro to get to the micro SD card tray, a USB-C to USB-A cable, and the USB wall outlet. And there's a quick start guide as well as user guide. Taking it out of the case was a little hard, as to be expected. What's interesting is that this essentially is the same exact thing as the ONN 10.1 inch tablet that's available for $99. I have a separate video on this. I'll have an annotation or card at the end. They're the same thing. This is $99. This is $129. So $30 more for what? The exact same thing. And you get a case, which does make a difference. I mean, because if you're going to look for a case separately, you could find something. It might not be as strong or as good as this. I mean, I might do a few drop tests a little later. But yeah, and this also has a kickstand here. It can be adjusted all the way up to 270 degrees. I'm not sure why anyone would want to go this far back. But yeah, anyways, this is a kickstand here. It'll put it in place. And then the other thing is that there is 2 years of warranty on here. I mean, unless I didn't really notice it on the other ones on this 10-inch tablet. So 2 years of warranty and you get a case. So that's kind of just more convenient for you. You don't have to look for anything extra. That's really the 2 things this has going for it so far. Otherwise, if you know your kid's not going to drop this, then you can probably just go ahead and get the 10.1 inch tablet, because this is running Android 14, and on Android these days you can now change it to kids mode in the settings, and that'll enable like child locks and everything, because this really doesn't have anything special on the software, which is kind of unfortunate to see. It's literally like the exact same thing. But yeah, kids mode or kids space is right here. Even if you're not too tech savvy, this is pretty easy to do. We do have some filters here to filter for mature content. I'm not going to go through everything here, but you can also set daily limits, which is pretty notable, as well as which apps you want that the kid can use. And again, all of this is available on the regular ONN 10.1 inch if you don't care about the warranty and the case. But again, this case is pretty useful. I feel like it can handle some falls and whatnot because of the edges, and the front too, because it kind of protrudes up front as well. But really quick, before I put it back inside, we got the microphone on the right side here, power button, volume keys, a micro SD card slot, and then 2 speaker grills, 1 on each side. They do emit from both sides and they sound pretty nice. And then the tablet itself is not too thick. It's going to be pretty thick, of course, once I put it inside. The camera on the back with the flash is slightly protruding, but will not be protruding or be noticeable once I put it in here. And then finally, there's the USB port to recharge the tablet. On here, there's only 18.22 gigs free out of 32. And then with the option to expand to a micro SD card slot, I feel like there's a little less on here after downloading the kids' space. So that might just be it. I mean, either way, 32 is not that much. They should have put 64 at the very least. Camera is the same. It's a quick shutter at least. And then the front camera is enough for a Skype call. Man, my hair is a little messy there. Don't mind that. And just what I suspected, both of them have the same exact specs. There's really nothing different. Although what's interesting is that this one performs a little bit more slowly right now. I'm not sure if it's because I have Kidspace downloaded and enabled. That's what's happening. That's just my best guess. And just like that one, it still has a wideband security level of L3. That means videos are only going to be playable at 480p on streaming platforms. But again, for a kid, they probably won't look at streaming. They'll probably just be on YouTube, where you can play at 1080p or even 720p.
I think there's like 2 or 3 other colors you can pick from.
Alright, so watching videos is still nice. The speakers are great, as expected. And performance itself is, it's okay. It's not too slow or anything. There's not too many hiccups. I just noticed a little bit of slowdown here and there, especially in the beginning. Maybe things were loading up. That's just my best guess. But let me go ahead and try out a game or two here. Fruit Ninja seems to be doing a pretty good job on here. No lag whatsoever. So it can handle some decent gaming. And pretty much this is the only gaming I'm going to try out. So this will only be good for like low to mid-level gaming almost, which is impressive for a tablet with only 3 gigs of RAM. Now, something like Genshin Impact will probably lag a little more, and the reason I'm not testing that out is because that's not really well suited or optimized for, I want to say, mobile devices in general, which is kind of surprising because I've heard about, at least in the past, how that game has frame rate drops on no matter which device you're using. So, assuming that's true, it's not worth my time. But if anyone does want to see it, I'll definitely check it out in a future video. But let's go ahead and do some drop tests with this. One thing I did want to note before I do this drop test is that this is nice to have when you're holding onto it vertically, but I'm not sure if a kid would hold it that way. Not sure if they'd even care. So yeah, let's go ahead and try a simple test. I know kids are a lot shorter than me, but let's just say they're elevated, sitting at a table or something. All right. Ooh, that sounded pretty loud, but how bad was that? That kind of sounded bad, but no cracks or any damages whatsoever that I'm noticing on here. Oh, let me do a flat one here. Ooh, that sounded pretty bad too, but no cracks or anything. So that's good. And then just do one from the side. It just bounces right off from the corners there. Let's try the top corners real quick. Yeah, it just bounced off. That's really nice. This is concrete too, so the case itself only has one noticeable scuff or two on the actual kickstand because it was made of plastic. So this part looks like it got chipped off here. Probably easier to tell now. And then nothing really else on the corners. I mean, there was a lot of dirt. I thought it was scuffs, but I was able to just wipe it off and brush it off. So this passed the drop test because I don't notice any scratches or cracks anywhere. And that's good. So overall, not a bad choice for kids. I don't know if I'd say it's the #1 option out there because I haven't really tested out other kids' tablets, but I probably will in the future, so stay tuned for that, as well as other tablets in general. But let me know what you guys think. Is there a better way to do drop tests? Is there anything I missed out on? Please do let me know. And as always, thanks for watching.